Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar today. So today we are going to be discussing about the new version of Advanced Design, version 2026. Let's go on with our slides. So my name is Farshad Purshar. I am the Senior Technical Manager of Graitec for North America and working on our simulate products like Advanced Design and other products. So I have had extensive experience in industry and also been with Graitec for 10 years. And as well, you can see my educational background here in this slide. A brief overview here on Graitec. So we are software and services software developers, and we also develop services for our software and also other industries like manufacturers and managing the products. And as well, we are also Autodesk authorized reseller and training provider for all of the Autodesk products. So let's go over our agenda of this webinar today. So first part is going to be about what's new in advanced design generally. Then we will talk about the RC design modules. Next, we will cover the steel connection module, which is new for North America. And finally, we will talk about the future plans and our roadmap. So let's cover first what's new we have in Advanced Design version 2026. So the major upgrade and new feature that we have added to Advanced Design based on our client request is now we have the design of composite beams in Advanced Design. So as you see here in these screenshots, it can be defined as you see here using a section or any type of sections, and it can work in conjunction with slabs and beams. We can calculate and consider the studs, and you see all of the parameters regarding your composite beam can be changed in Advanced Design like the other elements. So the beams are going to be defined under your slab, and we will have our shear connectors to connect basically the steel or steel deck or composite section to the steel beam. And finally, all of the dedicated properties will be included in your composite beams. There is only one comment here that our feature here is for US codes and European codes, but also we are working to have the design code for Canadian codes, although you can still do your analysis on your composite designs. As you see here, very simply, you can define your slab here. You can assign the properties. It can be either a composite deck, or it can be a uniform concrete slab. So we have also a library of composite decks if you want to access them, and you will see that shortly. I'm going to show you how even you can add rebars inside the concrete parts. So as I mentioned earlier, for now, a new version of Advanced Design covers Eurocodes and American codes, and the Canadian version is coming soon. So based on these design codes, as you see here, you can basically design and calculate your composite beam, and also Advanced Design is able to cover both stages. So let's say the construction stage and wet concrete stage, and as well the final composite action stage. And here I have put like some screenshots for you to see how all of the internal components of your composite beam will be considered in the design of your composite beam. So in terms of results, you will see that like our steel design or concrete design or timber design, advanced design, now you will have new sets of results for composite beams. So which it can show you the work ratios, and with the design forces, you can check the effective weight and as well the formations, and also Advanced Design can show you the shear connectors or studs, number of them, and how many of them you use, or spacing. So here, as you see, this is the drop-down menu of Advanced Design to check all of the required results. Here, you can see some results on the design load ratio. And here, as you see, advanced design can show you the number of studs needed and their spacing, etc. Here in this graph, you can visualize the effective weight considered for your composite beam. And finally here, as you see, like any one-dimensional element, you can check the moment, shear, and etc. For your composite beam. On top of the graphical or visual results, we also provide shape sheets, which are more detailed design values and outputs, as you see here, for every stage, and as well based on every code check that it is needed to be done for this composite structure. And after shape sheets, we also have the option that you can include all of the results directly inside your reports. So this will include all of the parameters that software has used, also the equations, resistances, applied forces, combinations, etc. can be included inside the advanced design report. So here I have a short video for you to see how this module works. So let me just play this video and we can just go over that with you. So as you see here, I have a one-story building here with slabs and composite beams. So first, you have your slab, and to add that slab, as you see here, we have the option for floor decks. Then you need to go and change the properties of that slab for a composite deck or flat slab. And after that, you can also have the option to customize your steel or composite deck, and you can also import them from an XML file. And you see other properties as well here that you can change, like direction, or if you want to even define the reinforcements inside your concrete slab, you just click here and you can modify all of the reinforcement inside the slab. The second stage is selecting the beam itself and make sure that the composite beam option is selected because we are designing a composite beam. The rest will be very simple. You select your section, and then here in the design properties, you see that you can either ask the software to calculate the effective widths automatically. It's going to show them to you. And finally, here we define our shear connectors or studs, which can be automatically done or manually done. Also, we have another property here to define the degree of shear connections to see how much shear is being transferred between the slab and your steel beam. So as you see, there are other parameters here, like to do your deflection checks and etc. as other sections. Then we can go and see how the analysis and design works. So simply you go to settings, and here you will have the options very similar to what we have in advanced design, steel design, but here for composite sections. So here you can define your studs, the deformation limits, calculations sequence of final stage or etc. to define them. Now that we have meshed the structure, we can just run composite calculation, which is now added. And as you see, we have new sets of results for composite design results. And here I just clicked on the load ratios. And as you see, we can also see any type of results and load ratios graphically using this menu option here. Very similar to the 1D elements of steel and beam or concrete that we have in advanced design. But in this case, we have more results. So you can see the shear, you can see the bending resistance diagrams. If you have defined construction stages, you can see them here. This is the load ratio for shear, and also this is the needed studs for this beam. And as I mentioned earlier, you can always also consult the shape sheet to see more defined, more results, including all of the parameters and results and code checks based on US codes or defined code. As you see here, I have the final stage, construction stage percentages, and also it's going to also perform the detailing checks for you. So anything regarding the maximum spacing of studs and etc. can be done. And here Finally, you can also access the full report in Word format or PDF format in case if you want to have even more detailed results on your composite design. So let's move on with our other slides. So the other new feature that we have in Advanced Design 2026 is actually the pile foundations. So using this new feature, you can add your pile foundations. As you see here, we have this new option here beside the supports to add your foundations or pile foundations actually. So you can define single piles by just clicking and defining their properties under your foundations or slabs. You can define any type of structural behavior for those pile foundations. So it can be free, fixed, or elastic. And also Advanced Design can check the capacity of those piles for you. So you just click there and add your piles. Here you will see the properties of every selected pile. And as you see here, you have the control either to see them in a view as a brief short sign here, or you can have the full length of the pile displayed. Here you have the graph in case if you want to define your pile as springs or elastic springs. So in the properties menu, one thing which is important is pile bearing capacities should be inputted manually by the user for now. So either compression capacity, tension, or lateral bearing capacity should be inputted first, and after that, Advanced Design will give you the load ratios based on the capacities that they have been defined by the user. So regarding the results of the file foundations, as I mentioned, it can be defined first by the user, and after that, as you see, you can see the reactions on every pile. And here, using the new option of pile results, you can access the load bearing capacity ratio compared to the reaction forces and the capacity of pile, here displayed for you in percentages and color maps. And finally, here also you can see the full report of all of your piles using our report tool in Advanced Design. So for this new feature as well, I have a short video for you just to see how you can define it in case if you want to try it out. So let's play the video. So basically you go to single pile, you click there, and the pointer will change to your pile. And now you will have the option to apply that pile as a support on anywhere on your structure. So in this case, I have 4 of them here already applied. And here are the properties of the pile. So as you see, you can change the geometry display to enabled. So it's going to show the piles fully. Here you can define the properties or capacities actually of your pile. And as you saw, you can define it as a spring. And in terms of results, you can clearly see the reaction forces on each pile, just clicking there. And now everything will be displayed either in color format or in case of values. And when you launch the calculation, now I can access my design load ratio values. So let's say the bearing ratio globally or under every load combination can be displayed here. And here you can check it with envelopes of min max, and you will see the design load ratios here. So again, just to mention here, the user needs to define the bearing capacities of the piles first. And we are working on our other versions to also have it to be calculated automatically currently. Okay, so the other issue which is important in Advanced Design 2026 is improvements to our reports generator system. So now sometimes maybe you can have a very long report, and if you click to generate it, it may take a long time, or maybe you just want to have an overview of the report first before fully generating it. So for that reason, now we have a preview of report in Advanced Design. So this is going to be very fast, and you can preview a report. If some things needs to be changed or added, you can just preview them before generating them. Now it's going to be a new docx based format and as well the PDF. And now you have options to modify the reports even more. So you can add steel envelopes for forces and etc. in conjunction for your report here. So you see the screenshots here of the preview tool, and as well here you see that now you can export docx and PDF using a later version of those formats. So any other improvement here? Again, we have so many other improvements, but here we have just selected ones. So now we have AISC 2022 update for wind and snow load generation in advanced design. So now, as you see here, the new climatic load generator can be accessible right when you are starting the project. And now you see that we have the 722 version, which you can actually add to your structure. And as you know, in advanced design, we have the wind generators and load generators, but now we have updated them to the latest version. Other improvements here. So most of the explanatory images that we have in menus now have been changed. So we have better ideas of all of the parameters, high resolution pictures and figures here. So it's going to help you with defining better your inputs. We also have the presets and better and more presets for our steel connection module, as you see here. So actually, shortly, I'm going to be talking about the new steel connection module in advanced design, which is a new feature in this version. But this feature even has seen also very important presets and updates to the presets. And one last thing here, the verification and optimization of steel design. We have worked on the engine, so now it's going to be much more faster to either verify or design the steel structures or even optimize your steel sections. So for very large projects, before it was taking a bit longer, but now these changes in the engine, that is going to be much more faster. So we covered the general advanced design part, and now let's talk about what's new in the RC design modules of advanced design, basically anything about reinforced concrete design. So now you can actually export your drawings and views in different formats. So we call them vector export, which supports DWG, DXF, EMF, other formats. This is going to be very helpful for you if you want to have your drawings in AutoCAD or other software, and if you want to combine them with other drawings. It is compatible with any CAD software, and also it's very useful to demonstrate the reinforcement and visualization of reinforcement in either of concrete elements that advanced design can design. So beams, columns, slabs, and walls, basically. So here you see this is what we have in advanced design view, and when you export it from here using this option here, now you will have it a full drawing on CAD format, and same thing for your foundations and other beams, even when you have the beam with openings and etc. As you see, the export works directly through AutoCAD. So now you can also restrict the view to the active span. So so before you had to go like span by span to view your rebars and design inside advanced design. Now using this option, you can just click it and you can have a full overview of design of the continuous beam that you have, or either you can also use the toggle button option to simplify and isolate those spans, and as well other tools here like to move between the spans of your concrete beam and see the detailing of rebars, the sections, and etc. So these new features are mostly to facilitate the view of the design, the rebars, and the results for multi-span concrete beams. So on top of that, now we have added more flexibility to define your rebars inside the concrete module. So Now, as you see here, you can have actually more control on the distribution of rebars for every span on top or bottom. Define the number of rebars and etc., and calculate your beam in a more economic way and faster. You can change also the top and bottom bar counts in these beams or spans, which are completely independent. So you can have different types or different number of rebars in all of the locations and the distribution of rebars. So template application is now more flexible. So the template that we have in advanced design, basically the meaning is you just design your beam or column, your concrete element, and you can save it as a template for yourself. So now what you can do is that template can be applied much more easier and faster to different spans of your model. So you can have different spans to apply that template. And AD can automatically remove extra spans or extra spacings that you may have applying that template for your current model. And if you want, you can also basically apply the same one template to all of the spans on the same beam. So you don't need to repeat it all over again and again. We have this option to go and, as you see here, apply those links, stirrups, or rebars to multiple spans in the software. So other improvements, again, selected ones here. You can manually select the bottom reinforcement and bar direction in RC footing. So here, as you see, you can have option to select them, as you see here, by rotating them separately each layer. You can automatically save the user-defined data for future projects. So it's very similar for templates. And also in terms of graphical improvements or drawing improvements, now you can add new annotations and positioning options for the slab drawings. So as you see here, you have more freedom here to basically modify the annotations for your slabs to have better drawings. Now let's cover what we have new in Advanced Design's steel connection module. So there is a very important one here, which is very important. Now in Advanced Design, we can actually design steel connections according to American standards. And again, this is a feature that we have developed for US, but we are working on that to also make it work for Canadian codes. So for now, we have two main categories of steel connection design. We have end plate moment connections and also the shear plate. And as I mentioned, it's based on AISC 36022, and it is also using other guidelines like AISC Design Guide and Steel Construction Manual. It can check your connections based on AISC or LRFT. Both of them are supported in this version. And you see some screenshots here. This is very important. So far, we didn't have any tool to design our connections in Advanced Design, the node. Now, using this tool, you can simply select your node, connection node in Advanced Design results, and clicking on create a connection. You can create a connection, either a moment connection or shear connection. And you can use our connection design module, which you see the screenshot here, to apply connection bolts and welds and etc. to that node and have it checked by Advanced Design to see if everything is passing. It can be anything from welds or plates or bolts and other types of checks that it is required by code. So this is a screenshot of the end plate moment connection. And here we have the shear plate connection, as you see here, we cover. So we have also presets for these templates. So you don't need to manually go and define the bolts and welds and plates one by one. We have presets and templates for you for moment connections, different types of them with stiffeners or etc. You can just go on and select them from here using our ribbon options to apply a specific geometry of connection to your node. Other improvements on this module are now you have you can better and more easier can define the bolts with rows, multiple bolts in the rows with number of them and spacing. We also have updated all of the ASTM steel materials in design modules. As you see here, it's applied for bolt grades and also the steel material in advanced design. So that was pretty much most and more important parts of our new features in advanced design. But like always, we also want to inform you about what's coming and how you can actually help us to improve advanced design for you. So there is a way to do that. So which is now we are going to discuss about it, which is called roadmaps on Graitec Advantage. So if you log in into your Graitec Advantage account, all of our Graitec clients and even new clients, they can create Graitec Advantage account. It is a very strong and powerful database, and it includes all of our downloads and licensing information. We have technical articles that they are all in your Graitec Advantage account. But beside that, we also have our product roadmap tool here. So you click there, and now you can actually access our product roadmap and what is planned to be developed in advanced design for the future. So you can preview the development plans, and as you see here, you can check the status of every feature that is being developed. Is it released? Is it in work, planned, or under consideration? And specifically for the features that they are under consideration, you can help us by possibly voting for them, okay? So if we see and our development teams see that there's high votes for a specific feature, you can just use this tool here, which is very effective to vote a feature in advanced design. And even better here, you can also send your ideas. So same here, we have the submit idea option. You can just click there and just you can write us your idea. Let's say I want to have this new option or new feature or even improve a feature in either advanced design or it's steel or concrete modules, and we will obviously consider all of your new ideas and as well your voting here. So thank you very much for your attention today. I hope you enjoyed all of the new features that you saw here, and now maybe it's time for you to go and download a new version of Advanced Design 2026 and try all of these new features. And please remember that we are always here to help you. You can always drop us an email and contact our technical support, which the email is support.canada@graitec.com, that is for Canada, and support.us@graitec.com, which is going to be for our US clients. Thank you very much again. And now you can use our question and answer tool using the chat tool that we have in this platform. I will go through your questions and I will be answering them. Thank you very much.